large. This is Satek Ananda, creator of Body Juggling and Body Juggling Bar and Tai Chi Rhythms and a whole bunch of other stuff. But this wonderful hangout right here is about the art of effortless being, and it's 101. So it's the very first episode, and this wonderful woman here, I called you Jcrew. What up, Jcrew? Have you ever been dubbed have you ever had a hip hop name dubbed upon you before?
No.
It's the first
no gangster rap title.
Yeah, that's your gangster rap title. You are officially now Jcrew.
I got it.
Thank you for flying air effortless being. So before we jump into our embodied experience, can you just tell me, our viewers or listeners, whatever, a little bit about where you are now in your life and what you hope to accomplish by learning to swim inside your own being a little deeper and a little more effortlessly?
I am looking for just to be on a daily basis and easily connect to my center, and be in control of myself more, and just attracting more types of people that are in that same place in their life, and showing my kids how to do that, and they don't even know it. I guess that's kind of where I'm at.
Nice. And how would you describe center for me? Because you mentioned wanting to feel your center. How would you describe center?
It's a very warm, stable, safe, comfortable place, which I haven't had a lot of in my life. And it's something that I really want to protect and hold true, and not everyone just gets to experience that.
Got you. Now, I don't know how, open you are, comfortably in this platform or whatever, but we're recording this for you and for me, not for anybody else. And if you say stuff that is really personal, we can take it down as soon as we're done, right? So don't imagine that the entire world is going to see this. We're recording this for you. We're recording this for you and for I. And if it ends up being cool, then we can leave it up, and anybody that wants to can watch it. But it's really important for this process for you to be able to be like fully present and fully honest right now. And I want you to imagine that you are talking to yourself, not an audience of other people, right? Like this is your video journal. And so I had to preface that because what I wanted to do was take that idea that you have not had a lot of center in your life, meaning a lot of safety, a lot of warmth. And I would like to ask you how that relates to this daddy issue concept that you've mentioned over and over again.
I don't know. I don't have the words for it.
Do you believe that the lack of safety you feel in your life is related to your father?
Yeah.
And
other experiences that aren't related to him, yes.
And are there patterns that you can clearly see in your life that you have cycled through because of that lack of warmth and safety?
Absolutely.
And are those patterns the patterns that you're shifting to change, that you're seeking to change right now?
Yep.
And to the best of your understanding so far in this process, what is the key to shifting those patterns?
Healing myself, just me loving myself. It's all about me. It's really not about anyone else.
That's a beautiful statement, hon. That's a very beautiful statement. And I have known you since what, junior high school? Did we meet in junior high school? Um, and you broke my heart at least twice.
Shut up.
And
You need to work on that.
I need to work on that. I like getting my heart broke.
That's your issue, boy.
That's my issue. Yeah, I'm not the only one whose heart was broken in your vicinity, hon.
I know. There's a long line.
Right, exactly.
Get out of that line now if you'd like.
All right, so and that's what we're doing. That's what we're doing. We're both getting out of our own lines, okay? And that's the nature of why I believe you came back to me. You came back to me asking, what was it specifically? Were you asking to learn meditation, or were you asking to learn something else? I can't remember.
I don't know. Did I ask?
You totally asked. You totally asked. And, yeah, totally. And it's either in a Facebook message or a text. And you were asking, I believe, that like you wanted to learn to meditate. Again, I didn't know you meditated in high school or whatever. And so I began as you down the Slurpee, your big gulp. So I as I do everybody that I'm going to begin to teach anything, I want to know what are the parameters? What are you actually seeking and why? And I could feel that you were seeking an inner peace that you didn't really feel like you had for most of your life. Is that correct? Is that fair to say?
Completely.
And you got married at a pretty young age, right?
Yes. 25, I guess.
25. That's not particularly young. I thought, but when did you meet your husband? When did you start dating?
October of 98 was when we moved in together.
You were how old?
You're going to make me do math. Guess 23.
Yeah, I was thinking early 20s. You started dating him in your
it was definitely early 20s for sure.
Got married at 25.
I've had my first kid at 28.
And then you were married for how many years total?
13.
13.
We were together for 17.
Got you. Wow.
That's a long time.
It's a long time. And you have been separated for how long now?
Since February. So 8 months.
8 months. Wow.
Yeah.
And you've been through a couple of different phases in that time, correct?
Yeah. What do you mean by phases?
I mean phases, emotional phases.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, of course.
Relearning your own sexuality phases.
Oh, you had to go there. I didn't even think about that, but okay.
Oh, like that's not going to be a natural part of your process or something?
Yeah, but I was just thinking about other emotional things, not just sexual things.
Yeah, but they're all going to affect your experience.
Oh, sure.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like you're going to have to find new space in your life for friends that you didn't have space for friends because you were always being a wife. You're going to have to find new space for men because you couldn't do things with them that you can now. You're going to have to find new space for kids because they're only with you half the month as opposed to the entire month, right? So that it's going to affect those relationships, right? So all of those are phases that you're dealing with and very new, 8 months as opposed to, 15 years or whatever. So it's important to acknowledge where you are in that journey, right? Like you get that, right?
Absolutely.
Okay. Which brings us back to this hero's journey concept, which is the Joseph Campbell, the idea of the archetypes and the idea that every myth that has ever been created in every culture is actually a metaphor for you. The myths are not about ideologies that we need to bother figuring out who to believe in. The myths are stories of your own journey, and they represent archetypes, and we all have many, many different archetypes. It's not that we have one archetype, it's that we have many. And for a simple example of that, some of mine are like the scribe. I'm a writer. The mystic, the warrior, eternal child, trickster. Right? These are all archetypes of mine, and I have more of them than I can count, and so do you. Right?
Okay.
The beauty of learning to tap into those archetypes is that we learn to begin to see our patterns in life very, very clearly. So like the pattern that you have with men or with friends or with work or with family, like your parents or whatever, those patterns will begin to become very clear. And as the patterns become clear, it becomes very easy to shift them. Does that make sense?
Yes.
So where we're going to start in this process relates directly to where our conversation began today, which is I told you were a tantrika.
Yes.
And you asked what that was, and I said a tantrika is one who practices tantra. And then you asked what tantra was, and that's when I realized we needed to have a session. Okay. So that's where our process is going to begin, is the idea of what is tantra. And tantra literally means the warp and the woof.
Okay.
What?
What is the first word you're saying before the wolf? The what and the wolf? What do you
say? The warp.
The warp. Okay, you are saying that.
ARP, and the woof, WOFF, I guess. Woof, the warp and the woof, like fabric when it's woven. The warp goes one direction and the woof goes the other direction. And
you're talking about the animal.
No, not a wolf. Not a warp and a wolf.
Okay, well, hey, it all matters.
Right. It does all matter.
Otherwise.
Right. Okay.
Okay.
So tantra is this. Okay. It's the woven fabric, and it's the fabric of consciousness. It's the fabric of reality. In the West, meaning in America, people think that tantra just has this like sexuality or whatever, and it's not. There are about 107, I believe, tantric sutras, books written about tantra, and I think maybe 5 or 6 of them mention sex.
Okay.
Tantra is about anything that does this, to positive and negative polarities, right? It's anything that harmonizes. Sound is tantric. Movement is tantric. Meditation is tantric. Play can be tantric. Breath can be tantric because it unifies the boundary between the mind and the body. So you are familiar with the concept of breath work, correct?
Yes.
Okay. Have you heard the word pranayama?
Yes.
Okay. It means breath control. All right. And so before I get too much into ideas, we've just begun talking about tantra, and tantra is connecting positive and negative energies. Before we get into the philosophy of positive and negative energies, I want you to do some breath work really quick so that you actually have an experience of it. Okay.
Okay.
So you're going to sit up tall and straight. Let your body be as comfortable as it can be. And you're going to inhale and exhale through your nose very rapidly. Like that. And you're going to do it until I tell you to stop. And you're going to notice every sensation that happens.
Okay.
You ready? And breath of fire, go. Deep inhale. And exhale, let everything relax. Notice what your body feels like. Notice what your mind feels like. Notice what your breath feels like. How would you describe the feeling?
I'm a little lightheaded.
Ha 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 ha.
Seriously.
That's fine. Do you understand why?
Uh, just probably not in full control of it yet, so my body's not used to it.
Not a bad answer. Not a bad answer. You're a nurse, so you understand what oxygen does to the brain, right?
Yeah. Mhm.
You just oxygenated your brain. What does oxygen do to the brain?
Well, it gives it life.
It makes you high.
Oh, well, that's good too, I guess.
Pure oxygen gives you a euphoric state of high.
Okay.
And you just oxygenated your brain. You just flushed your brain with a bunch of extra oxygen.
Okay.
And to your point, yes, it does give you more life. Oxygen is life. It is our life's blood. And so you increased the amount of oxygen in your body. What else did you notice while you were doing it? What sensations did you notice?
Um, well, I just felt some energy here moving
Mm-hmm.
around in my abdomen.
Mm-hmm. What else?
Um, just my thoughts, trying to, you know, remember the fire breath because it's been a long time since I've done it. So just try not to focus on it too much, but focusing on it.
Got you. Got you. So I felt tension in my body.
Okay.
I felt heat in my body. I
Okay.
felt tingly sensations that felt sort of like anger,
Okay.
right? Um, and and then when I stopped, I felt a palpable sinking, a palpable melting of those sensations, of that tension, of that the tingles of the heat. I felt a palpable melting of it. All right. So the more we work with these processes, the more I'm going to ask you about what things feel like,
Okay.
and the more descript you can be and how things feel to you,
Okay.
the 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 deeper your experience of your feelings will become, and the easier you will begin to express those feelings outwardly. Does that make
Got it.
sense?
Mm-hmm.
So you're actually going to begin to learn a language, and it's the language of sensation.
Yes.
Okay, language of some sensation. So that breath of fire, that was a tantric
Mm-hmm.
experience. That was a tantric exercise.
Okay.
Um, and the reason is that it unified your body and your mind in one harmonic experience. Okay.
Okay.
Now we're going to do a different version, but it's kind of the same thing.
Okay.
You're going to take a really deep inhale and you're going to hold it as long as you can. As you hold your breath, I want you to notice the sensations. Don't judge the sensations, but notice them. Notice as they change. Notice as they shift. Notice as they grow. And with your exhale, let your whole body melt. Relax. Exhale. Did you exhale? I didn't see your body relax or melt or anything.
Well, it did.
All right, so the next time we're going to melt even more.
Okay.
All right, because what we're doing is we're going to create a neurokinesthetic connection between your breath and your body. All right, and I need to be able to
Okay.
see that connection. So again, you're going to take a deep inhale, let everything float up, and you're going to hold that breath. And you're going to follow the sensations. You're going to notice the sensations, but you're not going to judge them, and you're not going to panic. You're not going to react to them. You're just going to notice them and follow them. And on your exhale, everything melts and relaxes. Much better, much better. A few regular breaths. Notice that it might be hard to find where your most natural breath is after holding it, but your body will remember. Now we're going to do it one more time. Deep inhale, and then hold your breath. Notice what tension feels like. Notice where you feel it, and notice that it tends to build. Notice that the intensity tends to raise until you release and let everything melt. Notice what relaxation does to tension. Beautiful. So that's tension with your breath. Keeping your eyes closed. Now I want you to explore tension in your muscles. So I want you to tense every single muscle in your body right now. Every single muscle you can find, tense it. And then search for other muscles that aren't tense and tense those too. Tense. Notice what it feels like. And then release, melt, relax. Notice what that feels like. Beautiful. And now you can open your eyes. So what did tension feel like to you?
Hard, tense.
Other adjectives?
Um,
How did it feel to your breath?
oh, I was holding my breath.
Uh-huh. That's important to notice. And you can't be tense and breathe because your body has to relax to inhale.
Right. Mm-hmm.
Okay? And so what is that tension doing to your oxygen?
It's taking it.
It's taking it away.
Mm-hmm.
Right? So when we had you holding your breath, you were inadvertently creating what in your body?
Tension.
And when we had you tense your body, you were inadvertently doing what?
Creating more tension.
Holding your breath.
That too.
Blocking your oxygen.
Yeah.
Right? And then when you relaxed, what did that feel like?
It felt a big release. And then the blood flow just, you can feel it going to the extremities, to my fingers, to my toes.
You could feel your blood moving in your body.
Mm-hmm.
Beautiful. And that's what happens whenever a part of our body falls asleep, is all of a sudden we can feel the blood moving in our body. And if those parts are asleep long enough, the sensation of blood feels like needles. It feels like pain.
Yeah.
You know, that's how sensitive our body can become, right? And it only takes a few minutes of being cut off from that blood, from that life source, to make the body so sensitive that that very life source feels like pain, right?
Right.
So now the question is, where did that tension come from? When you were experiencing tension, where did it come from?
I don't know. You asked me to do the exercise.
Right. I can ask you to be tense, but can I make you be tense?
Oh, you can't make me do anything.
Thank you. So where did the tension come from?
I don't know. There's always tension, I guess.
From you, silly.
Oh, okay. Well, duh.
Do you
I thought
understand
you
what I'm
wanted something
saying?
specific.
That is specific. Do you
I know, but something creating it, like stress or my kids fighting.
Something did create it. What was it?
Me.
Your mind.
Okay.
All right. Do you understand why that's important?
Yes.
Tell me why.
Because if my mind's creating the tension, then I can uncreate the tension and I can create the relaxation.
Booyah. Bookmark. Tink.
Boom.
Boom. All right. So you created the tension. And the more specific you can be, the more conscious you can be of what it feels like in your body when you're tense. The fact that you can't breathe, or the fact that your muscles feel tight, or the fact that you can feel less blood flow in your fingers. The quicker you're going to understand, oh, I'm creating tension, and you can actively make a different decision, right? As soon as you make that different decision, your blood flow increases, your relaxation increases, your wellness of being, your wholeness feelings increase, right?
Mhm.
And we begin to create that state that the conscious mind thinks we need to think the right things to have the right state or whatever. And it's not about fixing problems. That's not the challenge.
Okay.
The challenge is about finding ways to open and connect inside yourself,
Right.
and open and connect outside yourself, right?
Mhm.
Pranayama is an incredible way to connect inside yourself. Controlling your breath will automatically synchronize the body and the mind. And there's a million different ways to do it. We just did two.
Okay.
What did we do? We did two exercises. Do you remember what they were?
Yeah, the fire breath.
Breath of fire.
Okay. And the other one where you inhale, I don't know what it's called. Inhale, hold it, and then exhale. And then you can add physical tension and relaxation with it.
Right. So that takes us back to the union of this positive and negative. And we had discussed, okay, so you asked, is that the union of masculine and feminine? And the answer is yes.
Mhm.
Union of positives and negatives. There is always, in every moment, in every experience, there's a positive and a negative. And that's not right and wrong. That's masculine, feminine. And the simplest way to conceive of that is input and output.
Mhm.
Input and output. That's all we mean by negative, is that it is receiving charge. Negative charges receive charge, and positive charges expel charge. Okay.
Okay.
And Tantra is the act of taking that yin and that yang that are always doing this and allowing them to do this.
Oh.
And, oh,
That's much better.
fun. This is not wrong. This is the nature of reality. Okay.
But it's very chaotic.
It is very dramatic. This is very harmonious. This feels like dance.
That's some good flow there.
Right. Okay. And so all we're doing with tantric anything is creating this experience. And because I've been working with the body for weeks now, because of the Flow Genome Project, I've seen really clearly that if you teach people to do this in their bodies, their minds automatically go in that space. So I don't even need to deal with ideas about, your father or your mother or your ex-boyfriends or your ex-husband or your this. I don't even really need to deal with that. As long as I help you come to a space like this and I teach you how to create it regularly and I make sure that you're practicing it, those ideas that are like this aren't in your reality because you're busy doing this.
Right.
Okay. So to do that, we're going to go ahead and begin your first. I have not done a guided journey with you ever.
Right.
In your
Can
entire life. Yes, please.
So all of this chaos is all my old patterns, is all my old stuff. So when I learn how to have this as a part of my daily life, this will go away on its own. And I'll know how to deal with, those people because I'll be coming from a different place and it won't matter as much.
Yes. What I would say is yes, because you create the drama the same way you created the tension. You create the drama. And when you're not creating drama, you're not experiencing drama. Even if someone else near you is experiencing drama, if you don't react to their drama, if you don't get pulled into their story, they can't make you feel drama any more than I can make you feel tension, right? I can make you be tense. I can yell at you. I can try and scare you. I can grab your body, but I can't make you be tense. Only you can do that.
Right.
Just like I can't make you fear. Only
Right, and I'm gonna
you
call
can
the
do
cops.
that.
I'm just kidding.
Right, right. Uh, so thank you for that thought and point. Do you have any others before we jump into this quick journey?
No.
Okay. Awesome.
Can I just get a timeline? Because I think I need to go to the ladies' room quickly.
Yes. Go to the ladies' room, and I will give a little bit of setup for this meditation, and then as soon as you get back.
Okay.
All right. So I'm going to talk to you like you're still here, even though you can probably hear me as I talk. But I like the idea of pretending that you're there and talking to you. All right. So we're about to do a guided meditation. All that's going to require is closed eyes and visualization. Right. A lot of people think they cannot visualize because they don't believe they're artists or they don't think they're particularly creative people. But that is not the way visualization works. Everyone can visualize, and I'll prove it to you. Apple. Okay. If you know how to speak English, you just saw a picture of an apple in your head. That's visualization. Elephant. You just saw an elephant in your head. Okay. Visualization is not rocket science. It's not challenging. All we're going to use is visualization to connect the mind to the body. So as we have certain experiences like breathing softly or exhaling through the mouth or relaxing, letting the body melt like butter, you're going to imagine butter melting, because when you do, your body relaxes on a deeper level than if you just sit there and you think, relax, body. Did you hear all of that, James?
Yes.
Awesome. So you know how to visualize, right?
Yes.
That's a skill you've never struggled with. Okay. Okay. So tilt your camera up a little bit so you're not cutting off the top of your head.
Oh, you know what? I'm a little closer. I feel
Okay.
like.
There you go. Perfect. Perfect. Awesome. All right. So I want you to stretch your body any way you need to really quickly. Just tap in. We want to release any obvious tension before we begin any meditative process. And then you're going to find the most relaxed, supported, floating position that you can with your spine up long and straight. And you want to visualize your bones being stacked in a way like Jenga, like they're stacked in a way that's holding your body up. So you're not having to use your muscles to hold your body up. Beautiful. Now, as we go through this process, you're going to let your body gently move, stretch any way it needs to, all throughout the process to keep it as relaxed as possible. We're going to start with 3 deep inhales. Take a deep inhale, feel your body expanding, feel your body floating. And with the exhale, feel your body melting like butter. Inhale, expand up like a big balloon, getting bigger, getting lighter. Exhale, everything melts down, softening, draining. One more time, inhaling, big, soft, floating. Exhale, draining down into a puddle. Now let your spine align itself and float like seaweed in the ocean. Let your breath move through your spine and make sure that you can feel it floating like seaweed. Now you're going to imagine a ball of light at the base of your spine. And with your inhale, you're going to pull that ball up through your spine, all the way around the top of your head to your third eye. And then with the exhale, you're going to follow that ball back down your spine all the way down to the root. Inhale this ball of light up the spine, the neck, the back of the head, around the top to the third eye. Exhale, dripping down the back of the spine, all the way back down to the sacrum. Inhale, floating up. Exhale, draining down. Making that ball a little bit brighter each time it comes up. Noticing how that brightness affects the sensation of the breath. Beautiful. Now we're going to inhale up all the way out of the top of the head to a few feet above the top of your head. And exhale down all the way down through your sacrum to a few feet below your butt. Inhale all the way up, out through the crown, and let it go up even higher this time. Exhale, draining down, letting that energy, that breath, drip even further down. So each time you're going to inhale a little bit higher and a little bit lower. Now letting that inhale reach up as far as you can possibly imagine. And letting it drain down as far as you can possibly imagine. Now let that pattern of energy keep going all the way up to the boundaries of your imagination, all the way down as far as you can imagine. But I want you to hold your awareness in the space of your heart. Let that energy, let that breath keep moving. But hold your awareness, your presence in the space of your heart. And I want you to accept every sensation, because every sensation is true. And every sensation is you. Notice that every sensation is moving. It's coming from somewhere and it's going to somewhere. Allowing each sensation to be exactly what it is, and notice how quickly each shifts into something else. Notice any images, any meanings that are connected to any of these sensations, and allow those images and meanings to move just as easily. Accepting every sensation, because every sensation is true. And every sensation is you. Noticing any tension in your body and letting those places melt like butter. Now you're going to use a mantra. And the purpose of this mantra is to bring up any aspect of your mind or body that would disagree with this mantra. And you're going to notice as these things arise and you're going to accept them. And the mantra is I am love. I am love. I am love. And allow any part of your mind that doesn't believe that to surface. Allow any part of your body that doesn't believe that to surface and witness those images and those sensations. I am love. I am love. Allow any part of your body that needs to move to release tension, move. I am love. I am love. I am love. I am love. Accepting every sensation because every sensation is true. And every sensation is you. I am love. I am love. Facing every thought, every image. I am love. I am love. Now imagine your breath is love. I am love. Feel the love move through your body. Feel the oxygen nourishing your cells, your brain. I am love. Now imagine inhaling and exhaling through your pores, through every pore in your skin. You're going to inhale and exhale as you imagine those pores expanding and contracting like gills. Inhale and exhale. Do not hold emotions back. Allow them to move and feel them. See the meaning behind them. And follow those sensations as you continue to breathe love through your body. Breathe love through the tension. Breathe love through the fear. Breathe love. Breathe love. Beautiful. Breathing love to every part of your body, to every cell. Every cell is equally valuable. Every cell is cherished. Feeding love to every cell. Now breathe light. Breathe light to every cell. Visualize every cell expand with your inhale and every cell contract with your exhale. Expanding with light and contracting with light. Beautiful. Now let all control of awareness, of presence, of will, let all control go and just allow yourself to be. Allow yourself to be. Allow everything to be exactly as it is right now. I want you to notice what it feels like when you're allowing everything to be exactly as it is. And now you're going to imagine what it would feel like if you allowed everything to be exactly as it is for the rest of the day. What would that feel like if you just let everything be exactly what it is? The secret to peace is allowing everything to be exactly what it is, because everything already is. Anything else only creates tension inside of our own bodies and minds. You create this tension, and you release this tension whenever you're ready, whenever you desire. You create peace inside yourself. Remember what peace feels like. And it will become very easy to cultivate. So now you're going to go ahead and lay down on the floor. Perfect. And this is Shavasana. This is the time to tap into everything that you can feel, everything that you believe is you, and let it drain down into the earth like roots. Let all of your presence, all of your energy drain down and connect with Mother Earth. Letting everything equalize, everything stabilize, everything harmonize. Hold that visualization of accepting everything as it is all day long. And then release any need to control that visualization. Release any need to control anything. Wiggle your fingers and your toes. And as soon as you're ready, coming back up to the world of the mortals. And let me see that face. There we go. What's up, girl?
Hey.
So tell me something about what you experienced in that meditation.
Can we start from the beginning?
From any point that feels natural to you.
Okay. When we first started just the breathing to get into the state, I was already telling myself a mantra before you even created one.
Mm-hmm.
And the one I was just saying, accept the love, and then you switched it to I am love.
Mm.
And what are you eating?
Nothing.
Okay.
Nothing. Please continue. You switched it.
No, you distracted me. Accept the love.
What was the difference of that shift for you?
Because I truly believe and have for a long time that I do represent love.
Mm-hmm.
However, the way that it's been shown to me is not. People like my father say it's love, but it's not. It's painful, and that's not what love is. Love is not pain.
Mm-hmm.
by actions or non-actions, by absence, by, you know, you can say a whole bunch, but your actions show something completely different. So, I think that was the big thing, just realizing that love is not supposed to be painful. And to accepting that in my life, of really allowing love to come in. That's love, not whatever I thought it was before, because it wasn't that. I don't know what to call what that was.
Can I offer you my perception of the difference in those two mantras in my heart?
Sure.
Accept the love, accept the love, accept the love presupposes that love is coming from somewhere else and that you need to accept it to get it inside of yourself. I am the love, I am love presupposes that you are the one that creates love. Do you understand the distinction between those two things?
Yeah.
It's very, very important, because one of the first lessons I learned in teaching self-love and teaching effortless being was that it is impossible to receive love from someone else. It's impossible, okay?
Right.
Love is not a substance like radiation. You can receive radiation. It's over here, and then it makes these radio waves, and then you receive radiation, and now you're radioactive too. Love doesn't work that way. It's impossible to receive love. The only thing that is possible is for you to create the experience of love inside yourself. And when you are around people that give you a certain type of attention or make you feel a certain way, you have a reason to create that feeling of love. But that is not you receiving love from the other person. That is you having an excuse to create the feeling of love inside of yourself. Do you understand that? That is true for the same reason that I cannot create tension inside of you. Okay? I cannot create tension inside of you. I cannot create joy inside of you. I cannot create sadness inside of you. Okay? Because you create every emotion you ever have and experience yourself.
Got it.
And as you own that and as you understand that, it becomes very easy to create the emotion of love or joy or freedom, right? When you know that it's an experience you create, not something that you can get from outside. And I believe some part of you understood the difference between that, because that's when you started crying. Was the I am love. The I am love. Because it hurts to imagine that this thing that you've been searching for outside for, all of your life is actually something you create inside. It hurts to imagine that, and it feels tragic. But once we start breathing, once we start allowing oxygen to move through the body like love, and we start feeling the nourishment of our own cells, right? Do you remember what it felt like when you started breathing and floating and letting every cell expand?
Yes.
What did it feel like?
Light.
Light. Did it feel sort of like love?
Yeah.
It feels like love to me. Light feels like love to me. Oxygen feels like love to me. Relaxation feels like love to me. Balance feels like love to me. Do you understand what I'm saying? Yes. All of those things put me in a space where I'm creating the same thing inside of my body that happens when a beautiful woman holds me. It's the same experience inside of my body, whether I'm doing pranayama, whether I'm meditating, whether I'm riding a skateboard or a wave. That's that flow that we were talking about. That flow. And what you did right now through this meditative process and through pranayama and through visualization was you created unity inside of your own body-mind experience. Can you see that, or did you feel
Yeah.
that?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Awesome. So if I didn't talk over all the experiences already, please tell me what else you experienced in that journey.
I was like at the top of a cliff. There's a bunch of trees, and I'm like in the clouds and just floating in the air, and just really feeling that sensation and how good that feels.
Mm.
And then when you were talking about the light and the light coming from your pores, and I feel it's I don't know if it makes sense, but it's like a cool heat that I feel radiating from my hands.
Nice. Nice.
So those were some of the things that I experienced.
Beautiful. Beautiful. Well, thanks for being willing to take the journey and feel yourself at deeper levels. And why is that funny?
Giggling is good.
Giggling is good. It's a great way to shift and move energy, along with sneezing and farting.
Okay, I'll save that for you.
Nice. Thank you. Thank you. All right. So do you have any questions about any aspect of what we went through?
No.
Awesome. So this will be available on my YouTube page pretty much as soon as we turn it off. If you want to download it so that you have it, I'll show you how to do that. It's just a little program little online app that you use. And if there's anything that's private inside of it and you don't want the world to see it, let me know and we can make it private once you download it. And if it's okay if the world sees it, then people will get more interested in their own journeys and their own pain, and maybe they'll start sitting around and breathing and feeling and loving too.
Can you just make it private until I watch it?
Sure. But if it's private, you won't be able to see it. Ha ha.
Oh.
Hence the irony. So if you want to see it, everybody has to be able to see it. And if nobody else can see it, you can't see it either. But just watch it as soon as possible, and nobody's gonna find it. Not like I have millions of people coming and looking at my page every day. So just watch it as soon as you can, and then tell me to make it private if you want, or I can help you download it, and then we can leave it private. Okay. But I don't think there's anything. I mean, it doesn't seem like anything you said that was too revealing anyway. Especially since nobody even know who you is, because you just Jcrew.
Right, but everybody's seen your butt.
Everybody has seen my butt, and they all enjoyed it. They can't wait to see more. Okay. I'm gonna do Magic Mike XXL large. No, I wouldn't last long in that industry. Those women would eat me alive.
Yeah, that's scary.
Yeah, they're scary. They're scary. That kind of energy is funky. Yeah. All right. Well, great job, hun, and let's catch up again soon. I gotta head to the Korean spa now.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Don't be a dick, okay?
Yeah. Don't be a dick. It's a rule at the spa. Don't be a dick. I love it. Like, you can't argue with that.
No.
You can't argue with that. You can't be like, oh, come on, man. So yeah, I'm gonna head up there for a bit, but so good to catch up with you. Thank you for spending the time with me and us, and beginning your journey into Tantra, the ability of creating oneness from all discrepancy, unification through polarity.
Okay.
All right, hun. Thanks a bunch.
I'll touch base with you after my interview. How's that?
Awesome. Do that, and good luck.
Thank you.
All right. Bye-bye, hun.